Well, we are here at Almost Cinema, in part the idea is a bit the same as the last year. So we focus on ingredients of cinema like movement or light or text or scenography, and those ingredients are used to put in huge installations in a very pure form. As is the case, for example, here, the work by Niki Asman, who creates a screen purely from soap solution. There's also an extra red thread in this edition, and that is action and participation. Because as we speak, we just had the local elections 2 days ago. There's the American elections going on, and so we thought it was really interesting to connect a bit with this idea of, you know, putting your vote out there, taking a stand. So some works in the exhibition really invite you for that. For example, there is a work by the Karaoke Action Group, the Speech Karaoke Action Group, which is a Finnish group, and they have made a karaoke system into a system to say speeches instead of singing songs. So you can really feel the power of the words of somebody else. And also in some of the other works, you really need to be involved and in the middle of the pieces to get the idea the artist wanted to send out. So that's the extra red threads this year.
Doesn't say is what this I have found. And over the last 21st years, I have found loyalty. He has pulled me for me on the court and also in life. I have found inspiration. You have known me to succeed, sometimes even in my lowest moments. And I have found generosity. You have given me.
The Flemish sculptor Laurens Smalstaff is a central artist in this work. He is in it with 3 pieces. An older one, which is called Transporter, which is really like a way to explore a landscape in a very different way, not by looking at it, but by feeling the relief in your body. The second piece is called Pavilion, and with this work he wanted to describe an architectural space, a temporary architectural space, only with a big flag. And the third work was a creation for the festival. It's called Solid State. It's the jumping table. And for him this work is about the longing of human beings a stable situation, but a contradiction in this situation, because when you have a stable situation, you are immediately always longing for adventure and for a more unstable situation. That was the idea for this work. We are also every year very proud to present some new young artists, as is the case with the work you see here, for example. It's called Solos, from the Dutch artist Nikki Asman. And it's for her it's about a moment of peace, relief in a very hectic time. She was very inspired by a German writer called Ernst Bloch, who writes about daydreaming and the power of daydreaming to bring people together, to inspire them, to bring their inspiration together. That might even lead to revolution. So for her, this work is about that. Of course, it's very beautiful for Almost Cinema because of the temporal screens that she makes, just out of soap solution. So it's quite a visual sensation. We also have a new work from a very special collaboration, two young artists that got to know each other on an artist gathering in a Ghent workspace called TimeLab. And this is Tom Kok and Britt Hatzius. They are very different artists in their backgrounds. She is busy with film, media archaeology and film studies. He is more conceptual sculptor. But they found each other in this work called Micro Events, where you can explore a micro landscape through a magnifying lens. And they accompany that with a text, with a voiceover, and in that way they add meaning to what you see, and they make an alternative short film, actually, in that way. We also have Hasse Gilje, who was also our guest last year in Almost Cinema. Last year it was with a projection where he would transform architectural space. This year he takes it even a step further because he's only using LED lights that travels in the attic of Vooruit, back and forth in a long space. And he has, with the squares that he has hung in there, he plays really with the shadows and with the architecture of the space.